Not many people know this, but a 1966 Washington quarter can be either just a regular coin worth 25 cents, or in rare cases worth real money if it is in almost perfect condition or has a real mint error. Most of these coins you find in change today are worth 25 cents, but some have sold at major auctions for thousands of dollars recently. One graded coin in nearly perfect condition sold for over $20,000 at a big coin auction in 2023, and collectors still seek these coins because they tell a story about how money was made in the past. The 1966 quarter was made by the United States Mint, and it has no mint mark. That means it doesn't have a letter like D or S that shows where it was made. At that time, the US Mint didn't put mint marks on many coins because they wanted to stop collectors from hoarding coins. They wanted coins to stay in everyday use. Because of this, millions of these coins were made, so most of them are very common and worth just face value. What makes some 1966 quarters valuable is the condition and the rarity of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale where high grades mean the coin looks almost brand new with very little wear. Coins in everyday circulation, or ones that have been handled many times, are usually worth their face value of 25 cents. But coins that have never been used and still have full detail, with sharp features and no scratches, can be worth a lot more. There is a grading system that collectors use. It goes from low grades, which are worn coins, up to very high grades like MS67 or MS68 Plus, where the coin looks nearly perfect. A 1966 quarter graded MS68 Plus is considered extremely rare, and one sold at auction for about $21,000 in 2023. This was a real sale through a major auction house, and it shows how valuable certain coins can be when they are in top condition. Most collectors don't expect to find such perfect examples because out of millions of coins made, very few stay in this condition. Many have scratches and wear from being handled over the decades. Even coins graded in the MS67 range can be worth significantly more than ordinary examples. Some MS67 graded coins have sold for around $500 or more at auctions. Besides condition, there are some different types of 1966 quarters that are worth more than the regular ones because of how they were struck or because they have errors. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. Sometimes the coin dies make mistakes, or a wrong metal blank gets put into the machine and is struck like a quarter. These error coins are unusual and collectors pay extra for them. One common type of error is called double die reverse, which means the back of the coin was struck twice in slightly different positions. When this happens, letters and designs on the back can look doubled or blurry. Some of these error coins have sold for hundreds of dollars at auctions, with one example selling for around $920 in the past. Another error is when a quarter is accidentally struck on the wrong planchet or metal blank. Instead of using the correct quarter blank, the machine might use a blank for a dime, a nickel, or even a cent by mistake. When this happens, the quarter design will be incomplete or cut off because the blank is smaller. These coins are unusual and can be worth more than ordinary quarters, sometimes a few $100s or more depending on the specific error and condition. There are also coins that are part of special mint sets, SMS. These are not regular circulation coins but were struck with a special finish and were meant for collectors. SMS coins from 1966 are rarer because fewer were made, and they can sometimes be worth a few $1,000s when graded in high condition. It is important to understand that not every old quarter from 1966 is valuable just because it feels old or has a little wear. Most ordinary 1966 quarters are worth only 25 cents, which is their face value. The ones that are worth more are either in extremely high condition or have some real and recognized error or special strike. If you look at everyday value guides, a common 1966 quarter in circulated condition is worth around 25 cents to a few dollars. Coins graded between MS60 and MS65 might be worth from a few dollars up to around $20 or $30, and common uncirculated examples graded around MS67 might be tens to a few $100s on the market. But coins that reach the very top grades like MS68 Plus are much more rare and valuable. The main reason why most are common is that the US Mint made a huge number of these coins in 1966, over 800 million. Because so many were made and many were used for buying goods and services, most of them show wear and find their way back into change. This large supply makes them easy to find and worth little money in most cases. When people find one of these coins in change and think it might be valuable, the first thing they should do is check its condition closely. A coin that looks shiny and clean with sharp details around Washington's face and the eagle on the back might be worth checking further, while one that is scratched and worn usually is not worth much beyond face value. Another thing collectors do is look for clear errors that are recognized by grading and auction houses. Slight or minor defects or scratches from circulation usually do not add value and often reduce it. But mistakes made at the minting stage, like the doubled die or wrong planchet errors described earlier, are what collectors look for. A common place for collectors to sell valuable coins is at professional auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These houses sell rare coins to serious collectors and often publish sale results, so buyers and sellers know what coins are selling for in real markets. The sale of the MS-68 Plus 1966 quarter for over $20,000 was recorded at such an auction, showing what real buyers are willing to pay when a coin is rare enough and in top condition. It's also worth noting that some listings online might show extremely high asking prices for ordinary coins, but those do not always reflect real sale prices. A coin listed for $25,000 does not mean someone actually paid that amount for it. Experienced collectors always check completed and verified sale records, not just asking prices. That way they know what a coin truly sold for, not what someone hopes to get. If you think you have a valuable 1966 quarter, another step many serious collectors take is to have it graded and certified by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services carefully inspect the coin, assign a grade based on its condition, and encapsulate it in a protective holder. A certification can increase the coin's value because buyers know exactly what they are getting. When selling a valuable coin, you want potential buyers to trust that the coin is genuine and that the grade is accurate. That is why coins graded by these companies often sell for more money than ungraded ones. Graded coins are usually sold at major auctions or through reputable coin dealers. One thing to remember is that condition and rarity are more important than the age of the coin. A 1966 quarter that has been in a pocket or wallet for years and has lost its details is not worth much more than face value. But a coin that looks almost new or has a unique mint error is rare, and that rarity is what drives up the price in auctions. There are people who collect coins for fun, and there are people who collect them as an investment. If you just want to collect because you like the history and design, even ordinary coins can be interesting. But if you are looking at coins as investments that might be worth money someday, coins in top condition with rare features are usually the ones to focus on. Right now in the market, a standard 1966 quarter in normal circulated condition will almost always be worth close to 25 cents, maybe a few dollars at most if it is in very good condition. Uncirculated coins in grades up to about MS-65 are usually worth a little more, but nothing extraordinary. Coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 Plus are where you start seeing hundreds to tens of thousands of dollars in real auction results. Error coins, depending on the type and how clear the error is, often range from around $100 to several $100s if the mistake is real and recognized by experts. Very rare and unusual errors that are clearly defined can be worth more, especially to the right buyer. So if you find a 1966 Washington quarter in your change and it looks ordinary, don't worry, it is still a piece of history and fun to hold, even if it's only worth 25 cents. But if you find one that looks very sharp, almost perfect, or you see a strange detail that doesn't look normal, then it deserves a closer look by someone who knows how to grade and authenticate coins. In simple words, most 1966 quarters are common and worth their face value, but a few rare examples in top condition or with real errors have been known to sell for big money, including tens of thousands of dollars in auctions. Because of that possibility, collectors and everyday people alike keep an eye out for these old coins, hoping they might have something special without even knowing it.